Hi, I'm Dina Stewart.
And I'm Stuart Stewart.
We're alive on South Beach.
A show that has a little bit of this
and a little bit of that.
Now take a good look at this lady and you may recognize her as Harriet Winslow from Family Matters. Welcome, Harriet.
Thank you, Stuart. I'm glad to be here.
And for 9 years, she was the mother to Urkel. But this is really JOMARIE PAYTON, who is an outstanding, talented actress, but a lot more. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the things you're involved in?
Well, you know, of course, everyone knows that my passion has always been education. Had I not been an actress, I know for sure I would have been a teacher. And making sure that everybody knew how to read, write, and do what we call arithmetic. And you know what, Stuart, coming from a family of 9 kids, being raised solely by my mother from the age of 11, she instilled in us a lot of values, a lot of mother's wit, and a lot of good sense about what was right and wrong, and caring about people.
I have a question that I think everybody likes to find out about successful performers. How did you get started?
Well, Stuart, going back, well, I'm going to start with this mole here. I said 9 kids, right? For 10 years, I was the only girl in my family with 5 brothers, 2 boy cousins. I didn't have a sister or a girl cousin, and I was everybody's little everything. So, I had to entertain myself. So I would sing and dance and draw. I had a good hand for art, and I became my own little entertainer for myself. And that's really how it started. And then in elementary school, I did a play, and I was a star, and I was Little Red Riding Hood in Little Red Riding Hood. And the famous story is, and I tell it to everybody, I didn't want to be the star of the performance because I didn't like the outfit she was wearing. But I wore it anyway, and that kicked it off.
What was your first big professional break?
Pearly, the musical Pearly, and it started here in Miami at the Coconut Grove Playhouse. It's where we opened. I did plays through elementary school, through high school, and all, but I actually became a professional and got my equity card doing the musical Pearly with Robert Guillaume at the Coconut Grove, famous Coconut Grove Playhouse.
And then what happened after that?
Well, we toured the country and at various, you know, national theaters, and landed in LA, and then it just happened. Oh, what I did was my first television debut was actually with Red Fox. You know, a lot of people don't know, but after he did Sanford and Son, he did a variety show called the Red Fox Variety Show, quite naturally, wherein he played a musician, a band leader called Dr. Sausage, Dr. Sausage and the Pork Chops. And I was the jazz singer, Georgia Brown. And I was dressed in these Bessie Smith costumes, and I'd be singing the blues, you know, and all. And I remember I got the audition for the show, and I got the show, got that particular episode, doing If I Should Take a Notion to Jump Into the Ocean, 'Tain't nobody's business if I do. And they loved it. It was a cappella, and they said, meet us over at CBS, and the rest is history.
What are you working on currently?
Well, you know something? I'm really excited and happy to say that I'm working on my own TV talk show. It's something that I've wanted to do, but was a little bit hesitant about because people always make comparisons to certain people, and sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's not so good. But you know, and I'm not ashamed to say it, I'll be 61 in about 3 weeks, and I'm just loving reinventing myself and staying within my element. So look for something real special in this talk show. It's a lot of variety, it's empowerment, it's part of the Home Team Network, which is I'm partnered with some really wonderful people, and we intend to bring you something that's solid, that's good, and a lot of no-nonsense the way a lot of my characters have been.
Do you have any idea when the show will go on the air?
Well, we're looking at maybe the beginning of next. Well, we're starting off. We're experimenting with some stuff now, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to be solidified and have it really going around the first of the year. But you'll see some snippets prior to that.
Well, here's another example of what's happening all over the country. The baby boomers. They recognize they still have the energy, they're not ready to retire, and those that can will reinvent themselves and come back bigger and greater than they were before.
Absolutely. And we are not being kicked to the curb.
Not at all. If anything, we're going to put you on a pedestal.
Absolutely. Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you so much for coming, and this was just great.
Thank you.
Don't forget, this is JOMARIE Payton, and watch for her new show when it comes out, probably after the first of the year.
And it's called Second Chance. If I should take a notion to jump into the ocean, ain't nobody's business if I do. Let me just say, there's something that might help you so you don't hold on to the table and to also stay in that camera. You might want to put one arm on the chair, on that chair, so that you're, let's say it like this. If yeah, like that, and that will keep you in that camera.
You're right.
You see what I'm saying? You talk, when you're talking to me, pretend that I'm that camera.
Okay.
You're going to get some good weather. Tomorrow it might be mwah. You think? So. Yeah, I think you'll get a breakout and mwah, be like that.
The good weather's supposed to come back tomorrow.
Yesterday was nice.
Yesterday was. And yesterday was decent. I was happy about that, yeah. Well, very nice to meet you.
You look great.
Thank you.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Have y'all ever been able to...
You know, in addition to being a talented actress, JOMARIE is also an inspiration. What she didn't tell everyone is that she is the recipient of an honorary doctorate degree in humanities, and her generosity reaches all the way to Zimbabwe and Australia. She established a scholarship fund to encourage and develop reading skills and self-esteem through stagecraft and movement. Yet, with all of her fame, she is still a gracious celebrity who stopped her breakfast to interact with her fans.
Movie studios spend a lot of money on promoting movies, and they have these personal appearance tours for the stars. And the people that attend are there because they sincerely want to meet the star and be able to have some sort of interaction with them. This is Gabrielle, and why are you waiting online?
Because I wanted to see Desi and Shipper.
And when you see him, what's going to happen? You're going to give him a kiss?
I'm gonna, hopefully, I don't know. I want to get his autograph and I want to meet him because I've seen all his movies.
And you're a big fan?
Yes, I am.
This is Rhoda Oppenheim, and she's standing online in front of Pizza Rustica. What are you online for?
A complimentary slice of pizza.
So Jesse and Aziz will be here in just a little bit. Get ready. My name is Mac from Y100. Welcome.
No. Back up.
Stop with your hands. Back up.
I'm going to walk back.
I'm a fan.
The handlers totally forgot what they were there for and thought they were there just to control the crowds. And as a result, it wasn't a great event for anybody except maybe the photographers.
I'm standing with Kristen Seeley and Stuart Stewart. And we're about to have a conversation about Miami Beach and the Art Center South Florida and what's happening now in Miami.
So, what's happening now in Miami?
A lot. A lot is happening now in Miami.
Like what?
Well, we are now a destination for artists and art collectors and art aficionados, and we have a really amazing community now of artists.
Well, tell us a little bit about you.
My work, well, I do, the easiest way to put it is that I do figurative work, but my work is really about excess and propriety and kind of the tension between the two. And so I do a lot of images from 1930s movies where there's a lot of drinking and smoking and dancing and pleasure. And a lot of like rich materials, visually, rich optical, illusionistic things for painting.
Well, what got you into the 1930s?
Because I was, honestly, one day I saw one movie that flipped my switch, and it was because there was so much drinking in it, I couldn't believe it.
Which movie?
It was called The Thin Man. And I
with
decided,
William Powell
yes,
and Myrna
Loy.
Yeah.
And I thought my first assignment was that I was going to document every time there was a drink in the movie, and it became a series.
This lady standing next to me is, at one time, was known as one of the most photographed women on South Beach. And that's because Merle Weiss is one of the most philanthropic people in the community and is one of the best volunteers and assets that Miami Beach has. Did I say it right?
I like that.
Do I get the 50 cents?
I'll give you $1.
Okay.
I'm a philanthropist.
Do you like the way Lincoln Road has turned out? Really, between you and me.
Between you and me and everybody that's going to see this?
Yeah.
I think it's a shame that individual owners like myself can't afford to be here.
Yeah.
That's the pity of it. The landlords on Lincoln Road got very greedy, and even now there are empty spaces and some stores that don't really show the character of what we thought Lincoln Road would be.
If you've ever gone to a cultural event here on South Beach, you're bound to bump into this man, and he's Harvey Burstein, who is the publisher of
MiamiArtScene.com
and goes to everything. So tell us what your magazine's all about.
We publish things about all the arts disciplines. It's an online magazine, and we're going to have our 6-year anniversary on November 7th. We don't have a venue yet, just to give a little plug about our anniversary, but we cover theater, we cover dance, we cover visual arts, we cover all the arts disciplines around town and in South Florida.
So after you cover it, it's on the internet. How do people find it?
MiamiArtScene.com.
I'm having my Betty Davis moment, darling. Thanks, darling. Get the 1957 Chevy, darling. We're heading out to Chicago or San Francisco, darling. After the Elvis Presley Viva Las Vegas concert.
Well, I guess we've reached the end of another episode of Alive on South Beach. This is Stuart Stewart.
Dina Stewart.
And I want to invite you all to come back next week for the next episode of Syndicated News, Alive on South Beach. See you then.